Hey, everybody, and welcome to My Socially Speaking. I'm your girl, Sunny Day, and it's so good to see you. Please excuse my semi bad hair day. We all have one. I happen to have one, but I promise you the next time we get together, I'll have it fixed. My beautiful beautician got a little bit scissor happy. Shout out to you, hairdresser. I don't want to say her name because I said that she jacked up my haircut. But anyhow, I wanted to touch very, very briefly on two subjects. I guess I'll start with, and they're both not really, really good or not uplifting, but informative and educational. So, you know that I'm always bringing and always talking about mental health because of my experience as a mental health practitioner for almost 2 decades. I'm always talking about that. That's actually what my channel is about. So when I do my beauty beats and when I do food or fashion, it's always to try to go to the lighter side just because mental health, for some odd reason, we're still not fully addressing it as frequently as we should. We address it, especially when there's a atrocity or when something impressionable occurs. We really go hard, but we really, really need to make mental health the focal point of daily routines because that's how we can collectively heal every day. That's all of us. And again, it doesn't have to be extreme, meaning clinical, or it can be something that's diagnosable that would or probably would not require antipsychotics or antidepressants. Or it doesn't have to be something clinical. You know, we all have something that we're struggling with that might not be a mood or personality disorder, you know, or maybe it is, you know, no matter what. We really need to not under support one another. If we can get treated for different issues or just acknowledge them, things will be much better. So anyhow, first I wanted to talk about, oh boy, I could kick myself. I'm sorry. I can't remember the girl's name. I believe it is Samantha Johansson, I believe. I didn't have time to stop and check her name, but that does not take away from the respect that I have for her demise. That's the young lady that was murdered in South Carolina about 3 days ago because no, I think it was last Friday or Saturday, she accidentally got into the wrong Uber. She was a prominent young lady, 20 or 21 years of age, from New Jersey, had relocated to South Carolina to pursue an academic career. And from what I understand, she was headed to law school. So she was hanging out at a bar with her friends. She was probably 21 if she was at the bar. Hanging out at a bar with her friends, and they have footage of her coming out of the bar. She was on the phone, which I'm sure distracted her. And if she had a drink, she may have been a little under the influence. And that would have lessened her awareness, possibly. I'm not sure as to why she got into the wrong Uber, but I'm sure it was a mistake. I mean, according to the news, reportedly, she got in the wrong Uber and was murdered by the driver. And I just wanted to touch on that because I hear all of the time, very frequently, I hear people, especially younger people, talk about how they're bored, they don't have anything to do, um, or you know, sometimes they hang out at bars. Not saying going to a bar when you're of age is wrong. Not saying that, but for some reason, friendships have changed drastically. I mean, already friendship doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. And I'm saying that because this is one form of a situation where she really needed the friends that she were with. She needed to go home with them. I know everybody should, when you come together, you should leave together, is what I'm trying to say. And there was not too long ago, a couple of years ago, another case where a young woman went to a party. She got intoxicated, and because she was so inebriated, they reported that her friends had left her. She wandered, and that had footage also. She ended up in the freezer and passed away, and they were alleging that she was possibly sexually assaulted um, before she passed. Um, I know it's a whole different age and time, but when I was growing up, we were always taught you leave together, stay together. I don't know why people don't follow that premise anymore. And I even noticed a pattern of people don't even call and check in and say when they separate, did you get in? Or a text. And I just want to encourage people to always do that. And to also, when you do meet up or when you go together, stay together. I've never taken an Uber. I've never allowed my daughter to take an Uber. But I know tons of people that take Ubers, and a lot of people say they're very, very safe. People feel very, very comfortable. Um, so, I mean, who would suspect that something like this would happen, But we have to realize that not just because of this day and age and time, but there are psychopaths out there and always lurking. So your awareness has to always be up. Safety has to always be at the focal point, no matter what. And I'm here to tell you, if you have so-called friends or acquaintances who don't prioritize safety and cohesiveness, if you got friends that don't make that a priority, or associates or acquaintances that don't make that a priority, I really encourage you to strongly reevaluate those types of relationships, because you really can't, and you yourself should not allow it to be done to you or do it to anyone else. Just totally dismiss that, I don't know if my friend got home safe or not. And it could be anything, someone could get a flat tire, any type of emergency. You always want to check and make certain that your friend got home, even if it's a text. And let's all go together and let's all leave together. That's crucial. That's crucial. I know it's not always the ideal situation, but it is indeed the best situation. And I don't know why people have such a deep-seated tendency to minimize that. It's really, really significant. And I mean, not saying you can't do anything on your own, but certain things you do need to stay with your friends. You do need to stay with people when you're traveling, if you can. And I wanted to touch a little bit on how friendships, or different things to do if you do find yourself with less friends. Because again, I do hear people talk about, I'm bored, or they're lonely. They don't have, they're tired of a vague weekend. The world is different now. So we have to learn how to, and most people aren't even insightful enough to know what they like. So you do have to look within yourself and learn what you appreciate. And we have to do kind of non-traditional things nowadays to occupy yourself. I mean, I'll just tell you what I do, and I do it a lot. I do not socialize a lot. I was a person that hardly ever watched TV. I watched it, but I hardly ever watched it. Now, I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of cable. I watch Netflix. I love comedy. And I get kind of caught up in the TV world, entertainment, as a source to occupy my time. And one of the larger reasons why I do it is because it's affordable. I mean, you got the big cable bill and the Netflix bill and the Hulu bill, but sometimes hanging out can be very, very expensive. It's nothing wrong with staying home. And I happen to like to read, so I also go to Barnes and Noble a lot. But I like to read, and I know not everybody likes to read, and I know some people even have negative feelings and thoughts even about TV. I mean, for me, TV is entertaining. Some people say it brainwashes you or whatever. I do watch the news, but it's entertainment, you know. And for lack of a huge social life, that's something I choose to do. Watch a lot of TV. I have a lot of favorite shows, and there's nothing wrong with that. And not a lot of people, even young, not only older people, but a lot of people just don't have a lot of friends anymore. I don't know why. Society has become, well, I do know why. My theory is that people, since the recession, that's when I saw us separate. It was like you got to see those people that were very, very close to you, family or friends, whomever. Everything was great until we needed each other. When we really had to show and prove to each other how much we cared, how much we had each other's back, we really couldn't because we were afraid that we wouldn't have enough. So I think that turned off a lot of people. And distanced a lot of people. At least that's one of my theories as to why we don't have a bunch of friendships and why loyalty seems to be like non-existent. So anyhow, even if you find yourself struggling with loneliness or isolation, I'm not this type, but I know some people are inclined to go to a movie by themselves. Go ahead, do it. You know, you don't need someone else. I don't like going to the movies alone because I always got something to say. So if I'm wanting to talk, not like I talk through the whole movie, but I'm going to say, girl, that was good. That was a good movie. But if I'm by myself, like I'm not, I mean, I can engage anybody, but I'm not going to walk up to a stranger at the movie theater. But a lot of people are very comfortable going to the movies alone. If you need to go, you want to go, then go. And if you don't want to go alone, buy the doggone CD and watch it at home. Also, a lot of people do feel comfortable going out to eat alone. You know, as long as you say where you're going, because this is a day and a time where we need to communicate. I got all types of allows on my phone, like all state allow, like everything I connect to through my phone knows where I am. So I encourage that. Just open it up. I mean, if you're not going anywhere that you feel you want to be secretive about, open up those apps and let them go ahead and follow you around the world so everybody always knows where you are. That's the day and age and time we're living in. And so if you're comfortable doing things alone, movies, I love to shop alone. I could do that. But I don't like to eat alone because, again, I'm always what? Talking. And if I'm eating by myself, I can't be talking. But if I have gone out to eat alone, I will stay on my phone, like on the apps or something, or Instagram or something. So that's something else to help occupy yourself. But just, we got to get to a level of acceptance. What I don't want you to do is to go out there and become involved with people who you're disinterested in and people that are disinterested in you. You need and you deserve to be around and keep company with people that like you, and the relationships are reciprocal. And if you're so inclined, join the church. Churches have activities all the time. You can volunteer for everything. And speaking of volunteer, that's another avenue of social stimulation. Volunteer if you would like to. I'm not encouraging something that you don't want to do. Some people volunteer, I don't want to do something I don't get paid. That's a form of social stimulation. That's a form of communication, activism, being out, networking, meeting people, and just having fun. That's a great way to connect. You never know who you're going to meet. And even if you're in school, that's a great way also. A lot of us are somewhat antisocial now just because of the way things are in the world or the way things have gotten. We're a little bit, we got to be discerning. We got to be a little bit discerning. You got to keep your awareness heightened. I mean, I know I slip sometimes, but we have to stay aware. But don't become involved with just anybody or willy-nilly just for the sake of loneliness. That's what I want you to prevent. I'm also seeing this trend of very young girls, 17, 18, 19, 20, in very, very serious intimate relationships. And it appears as though they're doing that also because they really, really want a connection with someone. They want something to do, various reasons. They want some money, they want something to do, they want some status, socialization, a ride, whatever. I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it. Beautiful young sisters, you have years and years and years to be in intimate relationships. Please believe me. Please trust me. Serious intimate relationships require age, wisdom, time, knowledge, education, and information. I know you might think at your 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 self, I know you think you know it all, you can handle it all. Please believe me. Us older people have difficulty, challenges, and struggles making it through some of these relationships, okay? So at a significantly young age, it is unhealthy to become intimately involved in a relationship. Give yourself a break, find some other interests, and it's okay if you do have a boyfriend, but you don't have to rush into sexual activity because you have to be extremely careful. It takes a mature person. Even some of us, again, older people have struggles with cheating, finances in relationships, promiscuity, inconsistency, lying, dishonesty. Older people struggle with those things. So definitely some younger person is not going to be able to handle it. I know you think you can. I know. But trust me, you can't. Most of all, you have plenty of time to become involved in serious relationships. Young ages, enjoy it. Just enjoy it. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. Just hold on. You're going to get there. Okay? As Cardi would say. And the other issue that I wanted to briefly address today was I don't have a bunch of information about it. I just heard about it this morning that Britney Spears did check herself into a wellness facility. So again, we have the mental health, mental wellness issue to deal with not just a celebrity. I mean, aside from her being a great artist, she is just a human being, a mom, a sister, a daughter, a person. So we support her and definitely pray for her. I have no clue as to why, or even if what TMZ said, because it was very, very vague, that she checked herself into a wellness center. Something about her anxiety related to her feelings about her father, because her father's very, very sick. Just take care of yourself, okay? Take a breather. It's rough out here in these streets. Breathe. I got really upset about something at work this week, and I was so upset I couldn't even do 3 deep breaths. And 3 deep breaths will center you just like that. I strongly recommend it. But I was just so pissed off I couldn't even go. I couldn't even do that 3 times. I was so mad. But I did it twice, and right away, just doing it that one time, I feel better. It's very, very rejuvenating, and it's a great way to regroup, especially after you do 3. But again, surround yourself as much as you can with healthy, supportive people. Don't worry about the fact that it's not a lot of them, because it's not about quantity, it's about quality. If in fact you're someone that does not have a lot of friends, that's fine. Most people do not have a ton of friends nowadays. Let me repeat that. Most people do not have a ton of friends nowadays, okay? And it is just that. Okay, it's all right. Because I promise you, I guarantee you, the only one you really, 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 really need is God. I know you want to connect with someone, a human being that's here with you, but I'm sure everybody has somebody they can connect with. But as long as you have God, I promise you, you're going to be good. So meditate on that. Focus on that. Oh, and I wanted to tell you too, this is not a fashion beat, but I brought these earrings from Forever 21. They were hard as heck to get out of the pack. So I'm just giving Forever 21 2 thumbs down, because who wants to be, I broke my nail trying to get the damn earring off the thing. And the mean girl was like, you want to open up a credit card? And I'm like, not with you. So if you're around Forever 21 and you check out their earrings, I'm not going back there to buy earrings anymore, because it was so hard. They got all bent up, taking them out the pack. They were only $6, but I don't have $6 to throw away. I don't know if you do, but I sure do. So, okay, until we meet again, which I'm probably going to come back with a beauty beat. Remember, we have each other's hearts in our hand, literally, okay? So, stay strong, stay safe, and you're okay. No matter what, we're usually not doing as bad as we think we are. But I really, really want you to take good care of yourself. So breathe, meditate, pray, regroup, find out what you like to do, and don't be a follower and follow what she or he likes to do. Discover what your interests are, what your own preferences are. Okay? So until we speak again, peace and blessings.